welcome to this new episode of AI's Hit. I'm going to show you this time again an AI model I trained using the alias.studio platform. I've shown you some others previously that were based on older datasets from older protocol art I had worked on. This one is a rather new dataset. I just wanted to show you what you can do also with generative AI. You can there's some new stuff you can really, artistically speaking, create. And here my idea was considering neobiological concepts, neo-humanities, and trying to figure out what the future of living organisms could be with AI, with new materials, how the Earth is evolving. My idea was basically, what is going to happen with all those microplastics? So here's the first three pictures generated with this model I trained. It seemed that those microplastics, I'll forward you to literature online, scientific literature, have many impacts on biological life forms that are based on DNA. They're kind of hormone-like. They will have some effects on mutations, on DNA mutations. So I was like, what if those microplastics that are everywhere in the water, and they're in the water cycle, basically, you can find them in kind of most organisms on the planet now. What is going to happen? Are they going to self-organize like protein-based, DNA-based life forms? So yeah, I tried to create a model on a new dataset, a dataset I generated using generative AI, other models. And I really tried to create my base dataset with some life forms, DNA-based, like basically jellyfishes, all kinds of marine animals that evoked original life forms and sea life forms, but also those real microplastics, pieces of plastic. And I curated a data set until I felt like, this represents all the stuff I want to put in my soup. And I'm going to train the AI. So I've trained many times. I think that's generation 71 of the training, until I got something that could respond well to my prompt in an artistic way. And yeah, as you see the second set here, my idea was, those microplastics, maybe they could slowly interact with each other, start kind of reproducing themselves, kind of transforming the shape they have, combining and create those networks, a little bit like neural networks, and maybe even have some properties like bioluminescence. And that's basically what I got from that model, and that's where I kind of released it. So all the training, all the practice with it, prompting, going back and forth, changing the data set, refining it until I got something that was more satisfactory. And the idea was really to try to illustrate, to have a set of images coming out of it that would represent my idea of what maybe could be a new life form based on microplastics. And that's why I called it Medusacalyx Spectrata. The Medusacalyx because medusas, the calyx because they're kind of flower-like for some of them, and the spectrata because a lot of colors and forms and shapes. And here I was practicing maybe those forms will slowly evolve to create sensory organs like eyes and limbs, and become kind of human-like, humanoid-like, like on the picture on the right. I tried also so that's a deliberate choice of mine. I tried to go more into the warm colors of the biological life forms that are closer to us. Tried to imagine something using this model, like creating limbs that could be like human-like, and hands and feet. And yeah, it kind of worked well for me. That's what I wanted to do, and slowly experimented with images that made more sense in what I wanted to say. Is there a future for those plastics, those pollution elements? Are they going to combine with what we are, more than us evolving into some kind of extraterrestrial or superhuman life form? Maybe we're going to evolve into some kind of mutant. I'm not saying I want that, but I'm just saying, what could it be? And I don't really like the picture far right. That's not in my series, but I just wanted to show in this presentation that this model, you still have to prompt it and wisely and set it in ways that correspond to your image, to the image you want to show. Here are two pictures just to show that the aspect ratio, of course, you can choose whichever you want. I like the vertical one, but anyways. Again, the colors also. I wanted to show that maybe more colors and how those humanoid life form coming from evolving with many generations could kind of become human and represent those aesthetical values that we do have in our current art. Also to put some, for the viewer, maybe to bring an idea of how maybe close it could be to being human. I don't know. It's a question I try to ask in this AI model and the resulting images. And of course, when you push, those images are not really in the series I liked, but just wanted to show if I push the model a bit further, more of the, go on the alias.studio website, you'll see how you can move some variables. And when it becomes too plasticky, like here, more sculptural, I'm not as interested, but why not? The model works pretty well. I kind of actually like the picture far right, but it's a little bit too explicit, too physical, and too classic. I kind of like the more weird organic thing from the waters that the other pictures showed. But yeah, you can have some incredible stuff. And here, if you push it really harder, you can actually have those representation kind of appear in a non-aqueous universe. Like on the left, you have this small bar. It's kind of holding this plastic animal, or you can have this organism, which is basically a human clad with plastics and some flowers floating in a forest, obviously in the fall. Or on the far right, you can actually push the model to give you something that doesn't really go with the concept I had, that looks more like a showroom for a real car, which has been painted. But anyways, I wanted to show you also that those models you can have fun with them, like if they're paintbrushes, and try to express the idea you have behind. So yeah, hopefully that was kind of entertaining, gave you ideas for your own work. Go try the alias.studio platform. I will talk about other platforms too. I do work on many different tools and online platforms. But yeah, if you have questions, suggestions, commentaries, just don't hesitate as usual. And yeah, catch you next time.